Hi, this is William from Great Affordable Watches, and in this video I'm going to review the updated version of the Spinnaker Spence. But before we jump into the review, remember to follow me on Instagram at Great Affordable Watches for the latest information about the channel and of course a lot of watch pictures. But now let's get back into the review. This watch is of course very similar to the previous Spence, so I'll keep this video a bit shorter than usual. And if you want to see a more in-depth review of the Spence, check out my original video. I will leave a link in the description. But as always, let's start off with the specifications first. The case size is around 41.9mm in diameter. The lug-to-lug length is around 47mm. The case thickness is 13.9mm to the top of the hardened mineral crystal. The lug width is 22mm, it got the Seiko NH35 movement, and it's water resistant down to 200 meters or 20 ATM. Now let's take a look at the design of this watch. This is of course the blue dial and blue bezel version. The dial got the grainy texture and Arabic numerals. It also got some orange text, which gives the dial some nice contrast. It got a date window at 4 o'clock, which is pretty nicely done. I would have preferred the dial without the date, but I know that a lot of people find the date complication useful. The hands are of course Mercedes hands, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but it works pretty well together with this dial. Okay, let's move on to the case. The case on this watch is in my opinion one of the best cases from Spinnaker. It's fairly compact and a bit smaller than most Spinnaker diving watches. The finishing is also nicely done. It got a matte blasted finish, which I think works well with the shade of blue on the dial and bezel. I also like the crown. It's of course screwed down, and I think the fairly big crown together with the blasted case is a nice combo. This watch reminds me a lot of the new Tag Heuer Autavia Isograph, or perhaps it's the Tag Heuer that looks like the Spinnaker. The movement is of course the Seiko NH35, which we see in more or less all Spinnaker watches these days. It's a robust workhorse movement from Seiko that features both hacking and hand winding. It's based on the 7S26, so it's not the prettiest movement to look at, but a great entry-level movement nonetheless. The watch also got a 120 click unidirectional bezel, and this bezel action is perhaps one of the best actions from Spinnaker, and this is of course really nice to see. This watch actually comes on a blue leather or suede strap, but I've actually changed from the original strap to a hybrid between a rubber and a leather strap, and I think the shade of blue works really well with this strap. So what do I like about this watch? I think the design works really well. The shade of blue looks great, especially with a nice leather strap like this. The design of the dial is also fairly unique, which is always nice to see. The case finish is good for the money. The blasted case looks really nice. I think the blasted case works quite well with the blue dial and blue bezel and the overall design of the dial. I also really like the size compared to most other Spinnaker watches. I think at 42mm this is a really reasonable sized diver for a lot of people. Of course I would like to see a smaller case like I've said before, but I will get into that a bit later in this video. As I said before, I also like the big crown. I think it both look great and it's really easy to use. Okay, what are some of the negative things about this watch? I don't like the Mercedes hands. I think it would look better with sword style hands or straight hands, but that's just of course personal opinion. The watch is also pretty thick, and that's a bit thanks to the movement. The Seiko NH35, they tend to be a bit thicker, but I've seen slimmer watches with the same movement, so a smaller or slimmer case would be of course better. We have seen this case before. Perhaps a smaller case would be a nice option to the Spinnaker lineup, because they tend to do only bigger divers, so a smaller diver would be really nice in my opinion. All in all, I think this watch is well worth the money. It offers a good build quality, and it's a great option if you are looking for something similar to the Autavia Isograph, but for a lot less money. So this is all for today's video. Let me know what you think of this watch down in the comment section. Like this video if you found it interesting and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thanks for watching and I hope I see you in the next one. Bye.